Well, alrighty then, hello there. So, after a year, almost a year, they finally decided to give us another Eugeo, and it's a Halloween Eugeo, okay? It's a vampire Halloween Eugeo, and he's limited, by the way, and they made him kind of unskippable, kind of broken, you know? So of course we are getting his banner tomorrow, but by the way, again, just you know, have in mind when you're summoning that. Let me open the calendar. So okay, so tomorrow on the 14th we are getting his banner, and then maybe we get another banner on the 21st next week, or on the 23rd, or you know, like, you know, some or between, you know, on the 22nd even. And then, from what we know, we are getting the new, you know, the name change for the game on the 30th, together with the SAO progressive Kirito and Asuna. From what we know, this is, by the way, speculation. So we only have like this banner and basically another banner before anniversary begins. But then we have this Eugeo here. And I'm pretty sure this Eugeo, you know, of course they made him OP to, you know, make you spend your cubes. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but you know, gacha games do that. But what he does on his break skill when he is in enhanced mode is a slash attack extra strong on single enemy, inflicts total continuous damage, super strong for 3 turns. Now, if you don't know, continuous damage, by the way, is a debuff, basically, that, you know, a Eugeo will inflict on a boss. And when the boss attacks, the boss will receive damage at the same time. So it will get damaged, which also counts into your ranking event score and so on. So, of course, these continuous damage units are pretty OP. Because it's super strong damage, so which means if you stack this enough, this damage can get up to like 200 to 400k even with per boss attack, which means you're dealing basically 800k damage. You know, if the, you know, bosses usually have 2 attacks, you know, or maybe 3 if they are, you know, charge up, like even that counts into a turn. So each turn the boss has, it will receive damage. So, you know, this is kind of, you know, for newer players, so they know. So he's pretty OP because he's dealing damage even when it's the boss's turn. And then of course he does the same thing on his assault skill. Of course his assault skill, it does say extra strong, but it's gonna be stronger than his break skill. So with him being enhanced mode, by the way, when he goes in enhanced mode, he gives a recollection field. So him being in enhanced mode means that he will of course break more than other normal characters. He will deal more damage. Of course, he will use more stamina, but it is what it is. His incarnate skill is an incarnate slash attack on single enemy when in enhanced mode. Deals 15% additional damage on enemies inflicted with continuous damage. And of course he inflicts continuous damage on both of his skills, so you won't have trouble with getting 50% additional damage. He recovers HP, so he heals the whole team. You know, the ones that are out on the field. And then special recollection field, wind. So he gives 3 recollection fields, which of course are special recollection fields, which mean that they will give additional buffs. So these recollection fields will give 10% additional buffs for wind element characters. So I mean, he's kind of broken. He's dealing damage. He's supporting with, you know, his healing on his incarnate skill. He gives recollection field on his enhanced mode and on his incarnate skill. So I mean, he's a damage dealer, like he's everything basically in a unit. He's pretty good. Of course he's not buffing crit or attack, but you know, we have other units like the wind elemental Kirito who does buff attack. And then we have some other units, but I mean, I don't think he really needs it. Like, if he would buff attack, that would be kinda too much. Like, I don't know why they, you know, kinda took a step back with Alice and didn't make her as impressive, but then made Eugeo very impressive. Like, in my eyes, he's looking very good, by the way. So I have no clue why they made him much better than the Alice, but it is what it is, I guess. Now, his only setback probably will be that his special partner is Tisei, so, you know, while he does deal massive amounts of damage, we don't actually have a viable, usable Tisei in Wind Element right now, so maybe the next week's unit could be a Tisei. Not 100% sure, but it could be a Halloween Tisei by chance or something like that. His leader skill is basically he will give 25% incarnate at the beginning, which is very good. And of course he will, there will be other wind characters like Nergius, Philia, admin. So yeah, I mean, he will have pretty good characters here. Like this Tisei, this is basically the only wind Tisei we have. And her damage is just very unimpressive. I mean, she's a pretty outdated unit at this point, so it's not worth using her just to pair her up with Eugeo, in my eyes, because we have, you know, pairs like this Edis, with the, you know, basically with the swimsuit Alice, or, you know, the swimsuit Edis and the swimsuit Alice. Like, we have those pairs who, you know, are recent characters. They deal massive amount of damage, you know, when paired up, and, you know, it's just much more worth using two recent characters than one very recent character and an outdated character, in my eyes at least. So of course the rates are the same as every time, 1.5% for you to get him. And then let's see the new 4-star that they added here. Oh, it's still the Elemental admin. Did we get a limited character after that admin? I actually don't remember, but seems like we did, because I'm pretty sure she was the same. She got added to the unfeatured 4-star poll last week. So yeah, so now we are, so the ranking event that we are getting with Eugeo is gonna be another floor assault one. We will see if I upload videos about this or not. You know, I got pretty addicted to Genshin, and which has led me to play less Rising Steel, which is the reason I don't really upload tier lists or videos like that, is because I actually don't play as much. So I don't feel like it's good for me to, you know, rank units when I actually haven't played with them in the event. So, but yeah, I mean, that's just what I think. I don't really want to, like, you know, force those videos. So anyways, we do have a new ranking event, Floor Assault. The rewards are pretty much the same as what we get every time. We get a free Eugeo Imaginarium, which is very useful because Eugeo's Imaginarium is basically broken, like every other limited character's Imaginariums are. So based on our rankings, we do get 60 limit breaking crystals for Yui. Then based on which, you know, floor you complete, you do get 50 in total. And then 5 scout tickets, and then of course the Eugeo Imaginarium, as I said, and then there is a list team in the event pass, so that is pretty cool. There is, I mean, you know, not much more news here other than that. Of course, we all know by now how floor assaults are. So the last things I did want to mention here is that they did charge up Imaginariums or of some you know, older characters, and okay, let's take a look. Oh wait, okay, so this is the Recollection Field Asuna, the KOB Asuna. And then this is the Wind Elemental Xenon, which you only have one of. So they buffed their Imaginariums. So this was Asuna's Imaginariums before. So basically she only got 3% attack per Imaginarium when going up against Earth Elemental enemies. And then now she gets 8% per Imaginarium and then 10% charge, which is of course pretty OP. and then when you get her recollect. And then when you do her incarnate skill, she does give 3 recollection fields, which will have a special effect. So it's basically wind elemental required MP. So wind elemental characters will require 10% less MP to do the skills. And then basically Xenon got the same Imaginariums, and then her recollection field buff is reduces damage received. So basically it's a damage reduction according to how much recollection fields you have, which is pretty good, I think. But will you use these characters? Probably not. I mean, there will be a lot of testing around, but I don't think people will actually rely on these two, because we do have the wind element Edis. You know, I mean the swimsuit Edis is the one I mean, because she gives recollection fields, and then now we have the new Eugeo. So there's actually 4 recollection field characters in wind element right now. So yeah, I mean, that is basically it for this news video. Let me know if you're gonna go into the Eugeo banner. I honestly won't blame you if you do, because he's that good actually, and he's limited. So of course there will be people who actually have been waiting for Eugeo, and then, you know, he basically came back with a bang. So I mean, you know, I wouldn't blame you if you would go in his banner. I honestly won't, because I'm very hyped about the progression characters, the Arsenal and Kirito. And of course I do want to summon on that banner instead, and the other anniversary banners, because it's just much more, it's just more hype for me to summon on those. But yeah, I mean, that is it for the video. Hopefully you found this helpful, and of course I will be back with another video soon enough. Bye bye.